So Yandu. Yandu says Peter Quill, I remember the person's name is Yandu. And Yandu apologized to Peter Quill and says he says Peter Quill says he might have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy. I'm sorry I didn't do anything right. I'm happy that my boy and puts the shield on that and puts the shield on Peter Quill after and lets so Yondu dies in space with the jetpack, and they have the Gores. He actually was a Gore once when he was young, and he betrayed the Co, but it has something to do with dealing with kids. And no, they're called Ravagers, but he won't have a Gore funeral, and he won't be missed. And he was told, if you broke all of our hearts, Yondu. And anyway, Peter Quill talks about David Hasselhoff, and he says, I guess I did have David Hasselhoff, as David Hasselhoff ends up, I had David Hasselhoff end up being my dad. Hasselhoff, like, Yondu couldn't sing like Angel. He would whistle, but sing, and he didn't have Tuggen Kai. He had a magical bow and arrow, and David Hasselhoff, yes, Zedler's Law, women, Yondu did this, and he says, I had a really cool day, and he says what he's trying to say is, you never know what you have until it's gone, I guess. And Gamora goes to talk to his sister and says, you could hang with us, keep on flying with us, and we could help other children like you. And she says, no, I'm going to go to King Ocean's, and she hugs her sister and says, and she says, she'll always be her sister, and please be careful. And I think she told her, and she takes off. Gamora's sister takes off, and a ship, and the Yondu's carried or coffin into space. Or does he burn the stuff? And he gives this guy that helped him out earlier, helped him escape. He gives him the fin and the arrow, and says, I think my dad would want you to have it. And he says, thank you, Captain. And um, the Gores come to his funeral, and it's rather righteous funeral, and they all and he says and he knows that righteous funeral, and the song that's like Peter Quill starts listening to and plays is Father and Son. You're still young, I'm old, but I'm happy. How can I try to explain? I know I have to go away. And so Father and Son's playing the whole time of that area. All this is happening. So, all saying goodbye to you guys. The friends that he betrayed, saying goodbye to him, and saying he didn't really let us down. And he says, no, he did not. And Rock Raccoon says he didn't chicken out. And he says Star Wars says he stole the bag of batteries, though. And Peter says sarcastically says, why, of course not. This is kind of back in earlier scene when they were getting chased after by the gold people. He answered, he said something, says, you just had to, it looks like you showed them by teaching them a lesson. And he says, yeah, exactly. And Piccolo says, I was being sarcastic. And Rock Raccoon says, oh no, you were supposed to use a sarcastic voice. Now I look foolish. Yeah, and rather than something my daddy used to sing to me when I was little. True or 1 or 0, all of the above. I'm not really sure. Anyway, and fun gags happen at the end of the credits, and the gold people hint at Adam Warlock, which is, I guess, a superhero, but maybe a villain in the Marvel universe, and he's a superhero in the comics, I guess, and I think or is he a villain? I don't know, can't sure. I think he's a superhero, but anyway, the hint at Adam Warlock, the gold people hint at Adam Warlock and call their creation Adam, and which is Adam Warlock, and that's my real guidance from Galaxy Volume 2.